it's Empress Rose. Welcome to our collective reading. General reading, take what works, leave what doesn't. You know the drill. We're going to start off with the Moonology Oracle deck. We've got one right off the bat. Any interaction with the channel is appreciated, so go ahead, like, subscribe, leave even a simple emoji. Sometimes I can't even figure out words, but I do want to support, so I'll just leave an emoji. So anyway, any interaction is helpful. We have a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra, only card that wanted to come out there. A new relationship. A good compromise, someone you're teaming up with, someone who it's going to be a balanced reciprocal relationship. Those aren't always easy, those aren't always common, so respecting that when we have that, like a nice balance between people. There's some way in which you're evenly matched. It might be intellectual, it might be creative, it might be financial. There's some way in which you're evenly matched, so neither one of you is going to, right? We have these reciprocal relationships where I have this skill set, or I'm better at this and you're better at that, and we can sort of have it be equal that way. But this feels to me like there's something where you're evenly matched in the same area of life. And it says romantic cycle, so it could just be a new phase in which you're ready to enter into with somebody. It may be an acquaintance who's becoming a friend, or an acquaintance who's becoming a business associate, or a friend who's becoming a lover. But there's a new sort of phase here, but you're equally matched in some key way. All right. And then we're going to move to the Dreamscape Oracle. So that kind of sets up the reading to be about some kind of relationship. Really like that balance coming in there. It's not confusing. You don't know exactly how this is going to unfold. There's not a known future here. But what we do know is there's a meeting of the minds. We don't know where we're going to go with it or what's going to happen to it, but there's a meeting of the minds here. Okay, and Dreamscape Oracle, that's leaving me to think that the tarot is going to be where the meat of our story is today. The spring. Aquarius vibes, more air energy here, even though it is the spring, but it's the water bringer. So Aquarius, an air sign, but it brings the water. It's that combo. I think there's always like one sign that's sort of a combo of a couple. Well, no, they all kind of are, but the spring, this is reminding me of emotions and communicating about emotions. It's also a sense of renewal. It's interesting because there's this new romantic cycle begins, but then we also have this. She feels like she's renewing herself. And it seems like self-care. Yeah, that's what it seems like, is there's some self-care here. So even though we're entering into, this is sort of relationship-y reading, a new phase of a relationship, there's a sense of needing some self-care, needing to make sure that you are feeling your emotions, and taking care of yourself, going to the places that renew you. The red hair also seems quite prominent here. There's a contemplative aspect as well. So we've got this flow. It's got temperance vibes for sure. It could really be about health. But there's an element of self-care here. A very strong element of self-care. And seeking renewal for yourself. Even like, there could be something of cleaning something out. Yeah, it's getting this spring cleaning vibe. But it could be like internally, it could be health-wise, a spring cleaning needing to happen in whatever area that resonates for you. there's a flow of energy here. So spring cleaning involves like allowing things to go. Like we clean out sort of a vat or something, and we scrub it, we scrub it, we scrub it, and then there's this emptying flow where we allow the old to flow out. We know we're going to be renewed, and the spring is just talking to me about that whole cycle, about like bathing something, showering something, cleansing something out, a spring cleaning. But we know that it'll need to be done again. So there's a repetitive aspect where we need to be cleaning. There's a flowing aspect. So it's not continuous, but there is a sense of it being it's something that just needs to be done periodically. Like maybe you need to take a retreat by yourself once a year. There's clearly a very strong water element here in something called the spring. It could be the flow of ideas. And it could be that you're, I don't see those as contradictory. I think that there's another message here that could be layered on top of the first one. So a flow of ideas and inspiration is another way in which the spring is speaking to me. Inspiration, so bringing your own inspiration, your own inspired ideas into this new romantic cycle. So yeah, there seems to be just a lot of self-care involved, and owning your own inspiration, owning your own ideas, and taking care of your own body, and bringing that into into some sort of reciprocal, equal engagement with somebody else. Here. All right. Could be a physical place as well. Going to the water. Waterfall, perhaps. Okay. Oh my goodness. Did we get this one recently, or has this just been me personally? We have luck. A very lucky encounter, but this particularly is about preparing for luck to come in, to receive something. And this to me looks like preparation as well, preparing yourself, preparing your body, like, I want to say like getting ready for a date and having sort of a ritualized sort of a bath or a shower, a cleaning, but it's all in preparation for perhaps a meeting, perhaps something like that, but something very good coming in. And this card talks about positioning yourself. So being prepared basically is what we have. That's how we position ourselves to receive luck, right? The opportunity arises, but are we prepared to receive the opportunity? And so this is talking about being prepared to receive an opportunity, something great coming in. And I see you having done a lot of preparation, like game day preparation, I don't know. I was on swim team, and oddly, I should never have been on swim team, but for a variety of reasons. But there was the shaving of the legs and this whole sort of, which was a technical aspect, but also part of the preparation of preparing for this meet. That's what it is. We're preparing for a meeting, or something like that, meeting someone. We are preparing ourselves to receive a lucky moment, to have the skill set, to have the ideas, to have the wherewithal, the self-possession to meet this lucky moment and to receive it, to be able to receive it. So, now this is very interesting. We have this injury card. Well, the health aspect for sure is coming in here. There's a certain sense of, I want to say like a PTSD aspect. Here, actually comes in the help and the assistance. But it feels very scary. There could be like a threshold scary moment of like, what, I have just been injured, what is coming in now? Am I going to experience further injury? When in fact it's assistance. But there's a certain incapacity that you experience that maybe makes this feel a little frightening, a little scary. And I'm seeing one moment before you realize where you're at, that you're safe, that you're receiving help. Now, we're not always safe and we're not always receiving help. But in this case, this card is talking about the injury and the after effects of being hurt, so that we do close ourselves off a bit, or we, for good reason. It's called learning from your mistakes. I'm actually going to read the book here. It's MJ Collinane's Urban Crow, and this is from her expansion deck, I believe. Injury. An injured bird unable to fly is at its most vulnerable. Fear due to an injury can cause the animal to go into fight or flight mode, resulting in resisting or fighting to free itself, causing further harm. When we're physically or emotionally injured, and I do see a possibility for there to be some sort of physical aspect here. This spring feels very physical, this cleansing, this cleaning out. Ooh, it could be the cleaning out of a wound, you know? When we are physically or emotionally injured, stress can overwhelm us, and like an injured bird, we too may enter into flight or fight mode. This may cause us to experience a panic attack, lash out, overcompensate, resist help, and in doing so, we, like the wounded bird, risk causing further damage. Injury speaks to the importance of healing, of taking time to focus on your mental or physical health, right? This spring is so much about healing. We are injured, we are not at our best. We do not have the strength to tackle obstacles or take on tasks that will benefit us in the future. Like a maimed bird, we may need to rely on the help and support of others to recover, and this is where trust comes in, especially if you're feeling vulnerable. I mean, that's the irony of an injury, is like needing help and assistance at a time when you're actually wounded, and so your instinct is going to be to resist that very help and assistance, because how do you know if it's just more injury coming in, you know? It reminds me of when I get into an argument with someone I love, or a disagreement with someone I love, I find it very easy to be like, oh, and you, and this, and this, and this. And then I find it easy to switch and realize, oh, this isn't the direction I want to take it. The other person in whatever discussion rarely has the same like ability to kind of do a 180 mid-sentence and be like, wow, this is not the direction I want this to go. So they can take my next statement as of like, you know what, I love you and I want to work this out. Let's do something else, as accusatory or something. You know, it's taking in the same vein as the first half of the sentence, but I switched, you know, halfway through, realized what I actually wanted out of the situation. And so so that's what it sounds like to me, is like an area in which you carry a wound, maybe looking at your Chiron in your astrological chart. Where might that wound be? What could that be about? If we're wanting to talk more metaphysically, this could also be physical, but if we're talking more metaphysically, where is this wound at? And then of course there are all sorts of wounds, not just a Chiron wound, but just taking it kind of big and astrologically, since that's what we do here. But just realizing that perhaps you have turned a corner, or perhaps this assistance is coming in to help you turn a corner, but it might not feel very good at the moment. You might not really understand it. You know, if you've been having difficulty or arguing with somebody, and then suddenly the energy shifts and changes, you may have difficulty like realizing that, oh no, this is actually coming to heal. Or you've had difficulty with one person, somebody else comes in, may even, sometimes it happens that they may even look like someone that's wounded you in the past, or have some sort of key similarity that makes you feel like they're going to do the same thing. And so, but just realizing that this person is actually here to help you. So, and it could be this new romantic cycle begins, could be a healthcare worker, like a new healthcare worker coming into your life, if we're going to take this very literally. So this luck card could be asking you to, yes, you're injured. Yes, you might be defensive, but you might need to lower your defensive in order to receive the help that's coming. So lowering defenses, should that be, our defenses are important, right? Especially we get to know certain people and we understand that guard up around that person. But each person is different. Also, it's very confusing. Sometimes, we're just really not meant to know as many people as we do. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people sort out safe and not safe, and it's a little overwhelming. But so this healing, maybe there's a lucky moment in a healing journey that you've been on, and it has to do with somebody new. All right, looking at the tarot, okay, from the bottom of the deck, just wanted to sit there all by itself. It was like, yeah, no, I know where I belong. We have King of Swords, the owl energy, a very balanced person, intellectual. It could be a doctor, could be a lawyer. It's a person. That's really interesting. Is it this person? Perhaps that you're having this new romantic cycle with, or new relationship with. I don't like the romantic there. I'm just gonna cross that out. No, let's fix that. A new relationship. Just taking some notes here. Relationship cycle begins, because it's not always romantic. Anyway, King of Swords, a balanced person. It could be a very smart person. It's a strong, sharp energy. Oh, they know where they stand. They know who they are. They know where they stand. Maybe it's just the energy. It kind of seems like it's a person. This person could deal with words, right? Swords being an anagram of words, or being related. Sword, words, thoughtful, intellectual, very smart person. Could be a writer, could stand very clearly, very, very precise, very well balanced. Kings have achieved a level of mastery. And these birch trees are really calling to me. There's something very, the white bark, a reflection, illumination, connection. Things that appear to be separate. Oh, I want to say paper bark birch. I don't think that's what this is. I don't think that's what the artist intended on doing, but paper bark birch. Someone who could work a lot with paper is what that's giving me. So, but these poppies here are about a lot of hard lessons learned. So if you're starting to interact with someone or meeting somebody, they have a lot of experience under their belt. They are very well balanced. The balance is just, and coming under new moon in Libra with this scales, and then we have this owl balancing on a sword tip. The tip is in the ground, but the owl is balancing on the top of an erect sword. This is balance, air sign, air energy, intellectual, communication, balance. Wow. Okay, so I think we're getting a good message about whatever person we're meeting or whatever. There's a lot of that. It's this King of Swords and not a different deck is meaningful. Very wise, very judicious. Past, present, inner landscape, what's the issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. A King of Swords could also have to do with law, could also have to do with judges. I've seen some crap judges before. Like, yeah, no, you can't just side with whoever has the most money. in any court case. But there's also, in order to become a judge, I have a friend that's a judge, and he said he really needed to feel like he had a good grasp on how to know when people are lying, how to make those decisions before he even wanted to go up into that position from being a lawyer. So it took him a long time to feel like he had a pretty good grasp on understanding that. And so that King of Swords is kind of giving me that, like, someone who has been around long enough to really be able to suss out vibes and truth and all of that. So in the recent past, we have our owls again, which I love. These owls, Wheel of Fortune. I want to say random chance, serendipity, a change of fate. What are these scorpions doing here? I mean, it's got Scorpio energy then, and spiders and snakes. This is interesting. All of these kind of scary things, these scary, but they all have these really strong spiritual meanings. The snake of renewal, of health. The spider, the storyteller, the weaver, fate. Reminds me of the three fates, like cutting and weaving the web of life. So this interconnectedness of everything, this growth. But it looked a little scary. Perhaps there was a twist of fate. The wheel turned perhaps very abruptly. And there's a story that wants to unfold here, but it's wrapped up tight still. It wants to unfold. But we have to, like a lock, we have to get the right combination or get the right key in the lock to open this up. And some part of it has clicked into place. Maybe at first I was seeing a lock, now I'm seeing a combination safe. And there's clicking, because this story, it's time for the story to be unfolded, unraveled, and revealed. And so there's some kind of clicking going on, or has been going on, to unlock something, unlock some sort of fate, some sort of destiny. The story wants to unfold, and we've unlocked it. We've unlocked something, and it might have been just such a random thing, something somebody said, somebody you randomly ran into, something that just was the I want to say the final click, and then the door is opening. But it felt very random. It was not planned. It was not, there was a turn. There was a turn. It was random. But something unlocked, and it's the beginning of a story unfolding, or an unfolding of something. Your current situation, you have the Magician. This could be you, this could be somebody else, but the elements are coming together. And there's a sense of, I want to say, the gods coming in, the lightning striking the wand, the magic wand. And there's a lightning rod situation. There's something where it comes in, but it's this co-creation. So it's like, yeah, you can stand there with your lightning rod all day, but until the clouds and the weather and destiny and fate and the gods decide to strike, there's your lightning rod. It's just right there. It's just a stick in the ground, a stick on the top of your building. It's just a stick. And then when the lightning strikes it, then now it's a lightning rod. Now it's fulfilling its purpose. But there's something, the clouds have to gather, the energy has to be in the air, has to be part of fate and destiny, the energy coming in to bring this to life. So you may, and this raccoon is here. And the raccoon can be a little tricky guy. But the elements, you've assembled the elements, and there's a sense of even needing to summon a larger energy or ask the larger energy to come in. But in this card from this deck, that lightning is hitting the lightning rod, the wand. It's hitting the wand. The life is being breathed into something. I love that this raccoon is so serious about it. This raccoon really feels like he's working with the elements, really feels like he is doing, I want to say the Lord's work, but he's doing mystical work. He understands how to summon, it's like if we want to take the Wheel of Fortune and this story wants to be told, this is the beginning of the story, or this is where the characters are developed, the storylines are developed, but it's got to come to life. And there's somebody here, somebody else that has that capacity to bring the elements into something greater than the sum of their parts. And then we have Two of Pentacles. This is your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape. Can I juggle all of this? Can I meet my own needs and meet the needs of others? Can I deal with this while being friendly? It's almost like I might have to miss that party and that party and that. And the group is going someplace else, and you're having this moment outside of that, or you're thinking about that. This group is going this way, this group is going this way, and you're going this way, and you're having to, it is a sense though of working with somebody else. It's this thing too, this balanced reciprocation, but there is a sense of needing to juggle different needs, different time, needing to juggle time, needing to manage money, and there's a sense of perhaps I can't do this. Can I do this? But I think that you can, because it's like a pulley system where there's, it's like a water wheel where the water is pushing the other water, like how the water goes through and it lifts this bucket up there, and the energy keeps recycling and keeps moving. But there's a sense of it might not. But I feel so much certainty here. But you may be worried about having too much on your plate and having to miss out on things because there's too much on your plate. But that could be a concern that you have. What's the issue here? King of Cups. Some kind of depression, some kind of uninspired, drained energy. Someone is not feeling it. Somebody's not feeling it. But it could be a situation in which there's less emotion and more intellect, because we've got our King of Swords. So these could be parts of yourself where the feeling may not be there, but all the ideas are there, all the words are there, all the contracts and the legalities and the mind. This could be mind over matter, mind over emotion. The emotions may not show up when you want them to. And this could be a person too that's just emotionally just out of sorts. They're not cooperative. They're not emotionally mature. Yeah, there could be a lack of emotional maturity with somebody, which surprises me. I did not see all of this was like moving along, and then there's this lack of emotional maturity. Somebody really steps in it. What on earth? Kind of drains it could be a lovelessness. So perhaps you're meeting somebody that's what they want with you is just intellectual. It's not like a relationship. There's not a lot of emotion involved. And I wouldn't want to be emotionally involved with the King of Cups. They're out of sorts. They're emotionally immature. They're, I mean, it's not that I wouldn't want to have a relationship with them, but just like, hey, you gotta get the little king here. You gotta get yourself up right here. Someone's not able to handle or really contain their emotions. Yeah, it's not that it's not that you drop someone as soon as they have a moment, but it could also just be someone who's in a lot of emotional upset, right? Upset, upside down. They're very deep into their emotions. They're not really, they're overwhelmed. That's what it is. It's emotional overwhelm. Someone is emotionally overwhelmed. Or imbalanced, an emotional imbalance, and someone's emotionally imbalanced. Imbalanced, overwhelmed, whatever it is, what we do know is that it's not the full expression of emotional maturity and balance. That's what we know. And it could be, we can be derisive about it. It might just be a circumstance that has really overwhelmed somebody, an experience that has tumbled them out of emotional health and well-being. All sorts of ways to view the King of Cups in reverse as compassionately. And as long as they're not, wielding that power over you or abusive with their emotions. It could be to someone who is emotionally abusive, though. Okay, there's a lot of possibilities. There could be an emotionally abusive person, a depressed person, perhaps both at the same time. There could be somebody, it's up to you how this is showing up for you. Like, is there just somebody in your life who's just been really overwhelmed by emotional events, or is there somebody, and then there can also be the other end of that, where somebody's been overwhelmed by emotional events, and isn't able to handle it healthfully and takes it out on others, and others can be overwhelmed and sit with that, and others are overwhelmed and take it out on others. So and this King of Swords here is this very intellectual, clear-cut thing, which is going to be a great foil to this reverse King of Cups. They kind of need someone to come in and be like, hey, wake up. So in your environment, Six of Wands, there's victory. Somebody got something, and it benefits the group, it benefits the team. There is some kind of victory that everybody was rooting for, everybody wanted. This is, you may think that you're, lucky to be having met this person. This person feels the same way, that they are successful, but they're also feeling lucky. There's some sort of winning combo here is what. A win-win. I mean, somebody wins, and everybody wins. So it's a win-win situation going on here. There's a lot of winning going on. Someone could be a little spoil sport about it and just a sore loser about it. Even there's sore winners too, which is always surprising. Like, hey, you won, shut up. But it's always surprising when there's a sore winner. But there's sore losers. Someone could be being a sore loser. There's a winning vibe here. It may come as quite a surprise. And there may be one person who's pretty upset about it, but somebody gets what they want, and there's a lot of excitement around it. One person's situation elevates, and there's a lot of people standing by that. There's a lot of people that are like, yeah, this is our girl. This is our girl, and we support her, and we gave her good energy, and we gave her what she needed, and we're proud of what we helped, support. We're proud that we supported this person. So there's this winning vibe. Your to-do list, 10 of Cups. Yay, we did it. celebration, meeting with groups, meeting with others, and everybody's here. Look, we've got everybody on the table is here. We've got the raccoon, we've got the owls, we've got the we don't have the whale, but that's hard to do with this. Do we have the lemur? But we do have wolves, and we have rabbits, we have the snake, we have the two spiders, we have the Luna moth, which we haven't seen yet. Anyway, everybody's here is the whole point. We're having a big party. Yay, we did it. It's the wrap party. It's the excited, yay, we did it. And that's you. You're celebrating with others. There's definitely a milestone. Something is completed. Something is done. You are with others in a very emotional moment, an emotional way. There's couples, there's families. Yeah, it's always this peace after the storm. The storm clouds dissipate, and there's this sense of accomplishment and joy. It's a moment of peace, a moment of accomplishment. Yeah, the Six of Wands and this Ten of Cups next to each other is just a strong, emotional completion, emotional, we did it. Yeah, these are both victory cards. And having arrived somewhere with somebody else. There's definitely a co-creation here, and it is very much this Ten of Cups. Yay, we did it. Six of Wands. Yay, we did it. Even though somebody else is winning and is being elevated, there is a sense that we did it. There's a groupness to the elevation of one. And so the Ten of Cups is the wrap party, the final party, the excited. So that's what your job is. Your job is to celebrate a success, celebrate the success, celebrate this success. Overall, this is a really beautiful reading. We've got one little pissy little bitch over here, but the rest of everything is, they might not be pissy. They might be okay. They might just be struggling. Someone who's emotionally struggling in some way for some reason over here. But everybody else is very excited, very happy about this. And so there is this really uplifting vibe of this really happened. We're really doing this. We really did this. And so making sure you're celebrating this fortune, this good fortune here. Where we're going, the Fool card. It almost feels like a celebration, and now the work begins. And now we begin something new. Like this is an ending. This is a huge new beginning. So this ending here, yeah, this could be the same energy of someone not liking, someone feeling injured by by your good luck, by the rest of this that's going on here. Someone may feel hurt. Someone may feel hurt by your success, which happens, right? There are some things in life where only one person can be the winner. Only one person can take the lead. Only one person can win the car. Only one person gets the thing. There's some things that are like that. Some things we're all winners. And this is more like we are all winners. Except for one person is not going to be winning. I don't know what the deal is with that, but they might be a little hurt by the good luck. So most everybody's going to be supportive. You're throwing some kind of party, like maybe even going away party, or there's some kind of celebration, a bringing together of families and groups and something like that. So that's what you're doing. And then there's the new beginning. It comes after the celebration. So the celebration could be about one aspect, and then the new beginning is about this whole new thing. A risk. You're going to risk it. You're going to risk it for the biscuit. This wolf is risking it for the bunny biscuit here. It's ice, on thin ice. Yeah, there's risks. Yes, there are. Every day. But this is worth the chance. This wolf feels like it's worth the chance. It's worth taking the chance. Others may be like, oh my gosh, this is way too risky. Oh, good Lord, this is too risky. Oh my gosh, I don't like that. I'm going to stay on solid ground. But this future is someone's taking a risk. They see something they want. They see something nurturing. They see the abundance, and they want to take the risk. So it almost seems like we're done with one section and yay, we did it. And then we start a whole new journey, right? We have the new romantic cycle begins, but it almost seems like it begins after a party or after a gathering or after some kind of celebration with one other loved one, with many other loved ones. There's some kind of celebration here. And then there's this whole new life that comes out of that. Well, that might be a little dramatic, but there's a whole new thing starting. And someone's taking a risk. This also gives vibes of like giving thanks before it occurs, you know? Thank you for the help that's on its way. Thank you for the opportunity that's on its way. And almost celebrating an opportunity before it, I don't know, it seems weird, but celebrating an opportunity before you start it. It's almost like this 10 of Cups is looking like not the wrap party, but the initiation party. Like, hey, this is happening. Like, hey, I'm going to Europe for a year. Let's have, it's both a going away party, but then the next day you leave, you know? You have the wedding and then you go on your honeymoon. You have the party and then something begins. That's what it feels like. And then just to reiterate that, flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between, the space between the end and the beginning, and just embracing that, that you know something new is starting. We know there's a new start happening. We know there's something new coming in that we'll be given an opportunity to take a risk on. We know that. And so I think celebrating the in-between too, celebrating between what happens between right, we have the Magician here. We have 2 and we have 1. We have Wheel of Fortune. I love this. There's Wheel of Fortune, our major arcana, Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, and the Magician. This is beautiful. It's a twist of fate that allows something in the works to actually begin. So here's the idea. Well, usually it's here's the idea of it, and then here's the preparation. But here's the preparation, and then it gets going, is what I'm seeing, is sort of a reversal of that. But the Magician is sort of bringing the energy in, bringing the energy down, some sort of divine edict down into the ground. And then the Fool is, now let's get going. Now we have to take the risks. Now we have to move forward. So embracing the in-between. You're not there yet. You're actually just starting, but embracing the creative process of creating something, creating this opportunity or coming across this opportunity. There's some sort of moment worth embracing, worth celebrating between when you know something and when you start doing something. And I think that's the celebration. Actually celebrate that moment. All right. And then one final thing, we're going to pick a feather. Pick a feather, any feather. I got a bug bite on my elbow. You know it's summer when you're covered in mosquito bites. All right, so here we go. What one should we pick? What do you think? What do you think? This one. What do we have? Well, it looks very bland. It's just a gray feather. It's crane. You will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. Are you serious? A new romantic cycle begins. Luck and entering into something, luck and longevity bless this union. Oh my gosh. Okay. You're going to be working with somebody that, yeah. Wow. Very lucky. Very cool. This is exciting. So this crane energy. Look, it's like looking a little bit like this flamingo too, you know, a little repetition there. And sort of the long legs and the long necks. It makes me think someone's gonna stick their neck out with this Fool energy. What a beautiful reading overall. Someone's a little butthurt over here. We can have compassion for them too. But overall, this is beautiful. All right, well, that was fun. I'll see you guys next week.